The stars above Elinder glimmered quietly, as if they were holding their breath. On the surface of the planet, the cities were in chaos. Smoke rose from broken towers, and the streets were littered with debris from the endless attacks of the machine swarm. The Valoran Union had never faced anything like this. Their enemies were not living beings, but machines that adapted, learned, and destroyed without mercy. Entire districts had vanished in a single night, and the surviving population had retreated to the protected domes in the heart of the capital. At the central command hub, a group of Valoran officers crowded around the communication console. The holographic screens flickered with interference, but the message was clear. The distress beacon they had sent into space had been traveling for weeks, hoping someone, anyone, would answer. Commander Ilvan, a tall figure with pale blue skin and sharp eyes, stood in the middle of the room. His voice was low and tense. "We have sent this message to every known star nation in the Reach, every trading guild, every empire, every warrior clan. No one has replied. Not one." A young officer named Lyria stepped forward, her antennae twitching nervously. "We cannot hold much longer. The swarm is learning our defenses. Each wave is stronger than the last." She glanced at the flickering screens again. "We need help, Commander. We need it now," Ilvan nodded. "I know, but whom can we ask? The galaxy turns a blind eye to us. We are a minor species, too weak to matter. Even the core empires would not interfere in a conflict like this." The room fell silent. The sound of alarms and distant explosions filled the hub. The swarm had reached the outer districts again, and the ground trembled under the weight of their assault. The officers held their positions, watching the flickering dots on the map as the machines moved with terrifying precision. Then, among the static and endless repetition of unanswered messages, a new signal appeared. It was weak at first, just a small flicker on the console. The translator hummed as it tried to decode the strange energy patterns. Lyria leaned in, her eyes wide. "Commander." There's a response. Someone answered our call. Ilvan's head tilted slightly and his eyes narrowed. "Show me." The console projected a shimmering light as the message formed. The words were crude, broken in translation, but understandable. Message received. "Assistance en route." The room fell into stunned silence. Commander Ilvan's antennae twitched in disbelief. "Assistance? From who?" he whispered. The screen displayed the origin. It was from a small blue world on the edge of the Orion Spur, a planet that Valoran legends called a death world. A planet so harsh, so dangerous that few species dared approach it. Earth, Lyria stepped back in shock. "Earth? But that world is primitive. They are not known for diplomacy, only survival." "They are dangerous," Ilvan frowned. "Dangerous or not, they are coming. We have no choice. We accept their help." Across Elindar, alarms screamed as another wave of machines descended. The Valoran forces prepared for what might be the last battle in their cities. But now, with a faint hope flickering in the dark, they waited for the unknown warriors from Earth. Weeks passed before the first signs of the Earth fleet appeared. Small dots moved in the blackness beyond the planet's atmosphere, steadily growing larger as they approached. The Valoran command watched them carefully. Ships unlike any they had seen glided with confidence through space, engines glowing fiercely against the void. Commander Ilvan gathered his senior officers. "We do not know what to expect. These humans, they are unknown to us. They come from a world where life itself is a test. They survive when everything else fails. But they may also be unpredictable." Lyria's voice was quiet but firm. "They will fight. I have seen their kind in the records. When faced with impossible odds, they do not surrender. They fight. That is what they do." The first ship touched down on Elindar's surface with a soft hum that vibrated through the ground. A ramp extended and a group of humans stepped out. They wore armor that gleamed in the dim sunlight, carrying tools and weapons that looked both practical and deadly. Their skin was exposed to the air, yet they showed no signs of discomfort from the planet's higher gravity or its toxic particles. Captain Ethan Cole stepped forward, surveying the damaged city around him. His dark hair was cropped short, and his eyes were steady and calm. Behind him were his crew, Dr. Laura Green, a xenobiologist with an eager curiosity in her gaze, and Lieutenant Aaron Blake, a soldier whose muscles tensed with readiness. Ilvan met them at the landing site, flanked by Lyria and a few other officers. He studied them carefully, trying to understand these beings who dared step onto Elindar when the galaxy had ignored its plight. "You came," he said simply, unable to hide the surprise in his tone. Ethan Cole inclined his head. "We received your call. We are here to help." Dr. Green stepped forward, observing the alien flora and the lingering signs of destruction. "We'll need to assess the environmental conditions before we begin. The machines may have altered the ecosystems in ways you cannot see." Aaron Blake cracked his knuckles and scanned the horizon, where faint silhouettes of the next wave of machines shimmered. "Let's stop talking. We have work to do." The Valorans led the humans into the command hub. Inside, the alien officers were still uneasy. They had expected diplomats or soldiers from other galactic powers, not humans. The legends about Earth's Deathworlders spoke of their resilience, but the Valorans had never believed them to be real, at least not in their numbers or with such precision. Lyria looked at Dr. Green. "You are not afraid of what you see?" Dr. Green shook her head. "Fear doesn't help anyone. We are here to understand and help. That is what matters." Ilvin turned to Ethan Cole. "Your world is known as a death world. Why would you respond when others ignored our call? You must understand that the galaxy will see you as reckless." Cole's expression remained calm. "We understand, but we know what it means to face impossible odds. We know what it is to be alone against a force that will not stop. We did not come for glory. We came because no call for help should go unanswered." The humans quickly assessed the damage to Alindar's cities. Their advanced sensors detected weaknesses in the machine's formations, the energy cores powering the swarm, and the areas where the population was most at risk. They moved with efficiency and confidence that the Valoran officers found both impressive and unsettling. Aaron Blake began training small groups of Valoran soldiers, showing them new ways to deploy defenses, coordinate strikes, and stay calm under pressure. Even though the Valorans had been fighting for weeks, the humans' methods were unlike anything they had seen. As night fell, the distant hum of approaching machines grew louder. Ilvin watched as the humans prepared their positions. They set up automated turrets, shields, and traps, all without hesitation. He realized that these humans did not see Alindar as impossible. They saw it as a challenge, and they were ready. Lyria turned to him. "They are remarkable. I have never seen anyone so calm in the face of this destruction. They do not fear death as we do." Ilvin nodded slowly. "We may have underestimated this world. These Deathworlders may be our only hope." The first machine scouts appeared on the horizon, dark figures moving with swift precision. The humans stood ready. Cole raised his hand and his team prepared to engage. The Valorans watched, hearts pounding as humans met the machines head-on. The sounds of energy blasts and mechanical destruction filled the night. Machines fell, exploded, and sometimes adapted too slowly to respond to the humans' relentless strategy. The sight left the Valorans stunned. Ilvin whispered under his breath, "Perhaps we judged Earth too harshly. Perhaps these Deathworlders are not monsters. They are protectors." As the battle raged, the humans coordinated with the Valoran forces, showing them new tactics, new ways to fight together, and new ways to survive. The machines were strong, but the humans were stronger. The hope that had almost vanished in the Valoran hearts began to grow again. For the first time in many weeks, Alindar's sky did not seem completely dark. The humans from Earth had arrived, and with them came the possibility of survival, a chance that the Valoran Union had almost stopped believing in. The first part of this alliance was formed not with diplomacy or speeches, but with action, courage, and the willingness to stand against the impossible. Alindar's people watched in awe as the strange Blue World warriors fought tirelessly, showing no fear, no hesitation, and no thought of giving up. And somewhere in the shadows of the damaged cities, a faint whisper of hope began to grow. The Valorans realized that the galaxy had overlooked Earth for too long. These Deathworlders, born of harsh lands and endless struggle, might just be the ones to change everything. The humans moved through the ruined streets of Alindar with steady steps, their armor scraping lightly against the rubble. Captain Ethan Cole scanned the horizon, his eyes sharp for any movement. Smoke rose from the buildings, curling into the sky like black fingers. The machines were relentless. Every time one was destroyed, another took its place. The Valoran forces had been holding their own, but they were exhausted, and their spirits were low. Dr. Laura Green walked beside Aaron Blake, studying the alien structures and the unusual plant life that still clung to some corners of the city. "These plants, they have survived even after the swarm attacked," she said. "They are resilient, but the machines could destroy them completely if we are not careful." Aaron nodded. We have bigger problems than plants, Doctor. The swarm is coming in waves. If we don't act fast, the city falls tonight. Cole stopped at a ruined plaza and crouched, pulling out a small device that projected a three-dimensional map of the city. Red dots marked the positions of the swarm, and blue dots showed the locations of the Valoran defenders. Humans and aliens alike leaned over the map, trying to understand the situation. Lyria, the young Valoran officer, pointed to a cluster of red dots near a collapsed tower. They are here. They are attacking the civilians' shelters. If they break through, many will die. Cole studied the map carefully. We split into two groups. Aaron, you take a strike team and go to the shelters. Protect the civilians. Laura, you stay with me. We will find the main cluster of the swarm and stop it at the source. Lyria looked uncertain. You cannot go alone. The machines will overwhelm you. Cole shook his head. We are not alone. We fight with your soldiers. Trust me, we know how to handle this. Aaron and his team moved quickly, using the ruined streets for cover. They carried portable shields and energy rifles, their movement smooth and practiced. The Valoran soldiers followed, unsure at first, but soon matching the humans' rhythm. Even in the face of danger, the humans remained calm, issuing short, clear commands that inspired confidence. At the civilian shelters, the machines were already attacking. Their metallic limbs smashed walls and doors, and their sensors hunted for life signs. Aaron shouted orders, directing the Valoran soldiers to block entrances while his team fired with precision. Every shot from the humans destroyed multiple machines at once, and their shields absorbed attacks that would have crushed any alien soldier. Inside one of the shelters, civilians huddled together, trembling. They had never seen humans before, and their presence was both terrifying and comforting. One young Valoran girl, barely able to stand, reached out to Dr. Green. Are you going to protect us? She asked. Dr. Green smiled gently. Yes, we are here to make sure you are safe. You do not need to be afraid. Outside, the fight continued. Machines crashed into barricades and exploded, sparks flying into the dark sky. The humans moved with precision, leading the Valoran soldiers in coordinated attacks that the swarm could not anticipate. Every few moments, Aaron called out orders, directing reinforcements where they were needed most. Meanwhile, Cole and Dr. Green navigated through the streets toward the central hub of the swarm. The machines had formed a pattern, their movements deliberate and organized. Cole stopped at a vantage point, observing the flow of the enemy. They are intelligent, he said. They are adapting to our attacks. Dr. Green frowned. It is worse than I thought. This is not just a swarm. It has a network controlling it. If we destroy some of them but not the network, they will keep coming. Cole clenched his jaw. Then we go to the source. We take out the network and the rest will fall. They moved carefully through the rubble, avoiding patrols of machines that scuttled along the ground and walls. Cole noticed how different these machines were from anything he had encountered before. They were fast, adaptive, and resilient. But he also noticed something else, flaws. Every machine had a pattern, a rhythm. If they attacked in the right way, they could disrupt it. Reaching the central plaza, Cole and Dr. Green found the main cluster of the swarm. The machines were larger here, more complex, with pulsating cores and armored shells. They were guarding a network node buried beneath the cracked surface of a Lindar. Cole gestured to Dr. Green. This is it. We disable the node and the swarm loses its coordination. Dr. Green examined the node with a scanning device. It is highly adaptive. We cannot just blast it. We need a precise strike, Cole nodded. Then we give it everything we have. They set up a series of energy charges around the node, timing them carefully. As they worked, machines approached, sensing the disturbance. Cole and Dr. Green fought back, using handheld weapons to hold them off while Aaron's team coordinated from the streets, keeping the swarm distracted. The fight was intense. Sparks flew, metal shattered, and the air filled with the screeching sounds of the swarm. Despite the danger, Cole remained calm, directing Dr. Green with quiet confidence. Now push the sequence. We trigger it together. Dr. Green activated the charges. A wave of energy spread across the node and the machines froze, their coordination breaking apart. Sparks erupted and some of the machines fell to the ground in pieces. Cole and Dr. Green quickly moved back, covering each other as the energy wave completed its effect. From the streets, Aaron and the civilians watched as the swarm faltered. The humans had done the impossible. The machines, once organized and relentless, now moved erratically, falling into traps set by the Valoran soldiers. The civilians cheered, though they did not fully understand the humans' methods. They only knew that their protectors were extraordinary. After the battle, Cole gathered his team. We held the swarm back, but this is not the end. They may come again, and we need to be ready. Aaron nodded, wiping blood and dirt from his face. They will come, but we will be ready. Hilindar will survive. Dr. Green examined the network node. I have recorded everything. This technology is unlike anything in the galaxy. If other civilizations try to attack Hilindar, we will be able to prepare defenses far stronger than before. Lyria approached Cole, her eyes wide with amazement. Your people. You fight differently. You do not fear death the way we do. You face it, and still you move forward. How can you be so brave? Cole looked at her calmly. We have learned to survive in a harsh world. Fear does not help. Action does. That is why we are here. The Valoran commander Ilvin watched from a distance. He had observed the humans closely, seeing how they moved, how they thought, how they fought. For the first time he felt hope. Perhaps we have been wrong about Earth, he said quietly. Perhaps these Deathworlders are exactly what the galaxy needs. As night fell over Hilindar, the humans helped the Valoran soldiers rebuild barricades and strengthen defenses. They shared knowledge about tactics, engineering, and strategy. The Valorans listened intently, eager to learn from the people who had saved them. In the quiet moments between battles, Dr. Green walked among the survivors, offering medical aid and reassurance. Children clung to her hand and adults nodded with gratitude. The humans were not just warriors. They were protectors, teachers, and allies. Aaron Blake sat on a broken wall watching the horizon. This planet is tough, he said to Cole, but it is not impossible. We just have to keep moving, keep fighting, and never give up. Cole nodded. Exactly. That is what we do. That is what we are. As the first stars appeared in the night sky, a faint glow of hope spread across the city. The machines were not gone, but Hilindar had a chance. The humans had arrived, and with them, a new kind of strength that the galaxy had never seen. Somewhere far away, other species were beginning to notice the transmissions of the battle. They watched with curiosity and caution, wondering why a small blue world would intervene in the affairs of Hilindar. They did not know yet that these humans were not ordinary. They were survivors, fighters, and protectors, the Deathworlders of Earth, and Hilindar would remember them forever. The first light of Hilindar's sun barely touched the tops of the broken towers when the machines began moving again. Their numbers seemed endless, and their cold metal forms glimmered in the morning light. Captain Ethan Cole stood with his team at the edge of the ruined city, scanning the advancing swarm. Each wave was larger than the last, more organized, more determined to destroy everything in its path. Aaron Blake adjusted his armor and loaded his rifle. They never stop, he muttered. No matter how many we take down, more keep coming. Cole nodded. That is why we fight smart, not just hard. We hit them where it hurts and we work together. Dr. Laura Green crouched beside them, pointing at the ground. I've been studying their patterns. They adapt, yes, but they also have weaknesses. They follow signals from their network cores. If we can disrupt those cores, we can slow them down. Lyria, the young Valoran officer, glanced at the humans. Even if we try to fight them together, they will overwhelm us. How can you be so calm? Cole looked at her and smiled faintly. We have been in impossible situations before. Fear slows you down. Strategy keeps you alive. We use both, and that is how we survive. The first machines reached the city's edge, their limbs clanging against debris. The humans moved quickly, setting up barriers and energy turrets while the Valoran soldiers covered the flanks. Aaron took point, signaling his squad to split and attack from different directions. Their rifles fired in synchronized bursts, each shot precise and deadly. Machines fell, but the swarm did not stop. They adapted almost immediately, changing their approach and closing in faster. Cole and Dr. Green moved toward a partially collapsed building, where the largest cluster of machines was gathering. The building had once been a government center, now reduced to rubble, its walls pockmarked by fire and energy blasts. The humans used the ruins for cover, staying out of sight while planning their next move. This is it, Cole said quietly. The main core is beneath that structure. If we take it out, we can cripple their network and give the Valorans a fighting chance. Dr. Green activated a scanning device. The core is heavily shielded. We cannot just destroy it with weapons. We need to use precision charges and timing. One wrong move and we may set off a chain reaction that could destroy half the city. Cole nodded. We'll do it carefully, no rush. We have the advantage. They are not expecting a direct strike. Meanwhile, Aaron and his squad led the Valoran soldiers through narrow streets, ambushing smaller clusters of machines. Every shot, every movement was calculated. The humans seemed to anticipate the machines' adaptations before they happened. Lyria noticed how the aliens began to copy their methods, moving with more confidence, fighting more efficiently than before. The civilians who had taken shelter earlier watched from safe zones, their eyes wide. They had never seen anything like this. The humans were fearless but not reckless. They moved with purpose, showing the Valorans what courage and skill looked like in action. Back at the central plaza, Cole and Dr. Green set their charges carefully, linking them to a timer. The machine sensed something unusual and began to approach, scanning for intruders. Cole crouched behind a broken wall, firing a handheld pulse gun to keep them distracted while Dr. Green adjusted the final sequence. Aaron's voice crackled over the comms. "Captain, the swarm is shifting. They are detecting you," Cole nodded. "We expected that. Hold them off a little longer." The machines advanced faster, their metallic bodies moving with a frightening fluidity. Sparks flew as Aaron's team engaged them, holding the swarm just long enough for Cole and Dr. Green to finish their setup. "Ready," Dr. Green whispered, her hands hovering over the device. Cole gave a brief nod. "Now." The charges exploded in a controlled sequence. A shockwave of energy pulsed outward, disrupting the network core. The machines froze, their coordination breaking apart. Some fell in heaps of broken metal. Others spun in confusion, unable to adapt. Aaron and the squad pushed forward, taking advantage of the chaos. The Valoran soldiers followed, inspired by the humans' confidence and skill. Together they pushed the swarm back, reclaiming territory bit by bit. Cole and Dr. Green emerged from the ruins, breathing heavily but determined. "The core is neutralized, but the swarm is not gone," Cole said. "They will continue to adapt, but now they are weaker. We have a chance to drive them out completely." The battle stretched across the city. Humans and Valorans moved in unison, covering each other's weaknesses, attacking the machine's exposed points. Aaron led small teams to strike at clusters, while Cole and Dr. Green coordinated the defense. The machines were relentless, but they were disorganized and their movements were predictable after the network core was destroyed. Dr. Green observed the machines closely. They are intelligent, but their intelligence depends on coordination. Without the core, they act like frightened animals. "We can take advantage of this." Cole smiled faintly. "Exactly. Keep your focus. Every move counts." As the day passed, the humans demonstrated strategies that the Valorans had never seen. They set traps, used decoys, and even taught the alien soldiers how to anticipate the swarm's reactions. The Valorans began to trust the humans fully, following their lead with growing confidence. The civilians, who had been hiding in shelters and safe zones, began to emerge as the machines were pushed back. They watched the humans fight, learning courage from their actions. Children mimicked the humans' careful movements during drills, and adults began helping to rebuild barricades. Elander had never seen unity like this before. By the afternoon, the swarm was confined to the outskirts of the city. The humans had established strong defensive positions, and the Valoran soldiers had regained control of critical areas. Cole called Aaron and Dr. Green to the central command hub. "We've done well today," Cole said, "but we cannot be complacent. The swarm will adapt again and more may come. We need to fortify the city, train the soldiers, and prepare for the next wave." Aaron nodded. "We will. They won't break Elindar while we are here." Dr. Green checked the readings from the network core. "The machines are losing strength. Their coordination is limited now. If we continue like this, we can force them to retreat entirely. Elindar has a real chance at survival." Ilvin watched from a nearby balcony, observing the humans and the Valorans working together. His eyes shone with a mixture of relief and admiration. "These Deathworlders are unlike any beings I have encountered," he said quietly. "They are not afraid. They adapt. They protect." Perhaps the galaxy underestimated Earth for too long. Lyria approached him, still watching the humans. "They are incredible. I never imagined anyone could face such danger without fear. They are extraordinary." The humans began organizing supply lines, medical support, and communication networks. Dr. Green treated wounded soldiers and civilians, while Aaron trained new recruits in combat tactics. Cole coordinated patrols and defenses, always thinking ahead, always keeping the bigger picture in mind. As night fell, the city was quiet, but not empty. Fires still burned in some districts, but most of the population was safe behind reinforced walls and shields. The humans walked among the survivors, speaking to them, teaching them, and showing them that hope was still possible. Aaron sat on the edge of a collapsed wall, looking at the city. "This planet is tough," he said, "but it is worth it. We fight because they cannot fight alone. We protect because someone has to." Cole stood beside him. "Exactly. And we will continue. No matter what comes next, we fight. That is who we are." Dr. Green joined them, holding a small alien child in her arms. "They are learning more than we are teaching," she said softly. "They are learning hope. That is just as important as survival." Across the city, the remaining machines moved erratically, unable to form a proper attack without the network core. Humans and Valorans patrolled together, eliminating any threats and reinforcing weak points. For the first time in weeks, Elinder had a chance to breathe. The people began to see the humans not as strangers but as heroes. They were not invaders or conquerors. They were allies, protectors, and teachers. Their courage inspired everyone around them, giving the Valoran soldiers new strength and determination. Cole walked through the streets with Aaron and Dr. Green, observing the changes. Makeshift barricades had been repaired. Civilians were moving safely between shelters, and the humans continued to train the Valorans. Each step forward was a victory, small but meaningful. As they reached the command hub, Ilvin met them. "You have done the impossible today," he said. "The swarm is weakened, our people are alive, and Elindar stands. You have earned our respect and our trust." Cole nodded humbly. "We are here to help, nothing more. Your people are brave. They fought alongside us, and that is what matters. Together we can survive." Dr. Green added, "And we will continue to study the swarm and find better ways to defend your planet. This is only the beginning. Elindar will recover, and it will be stronger because we work together." Aaron smiled slightly. "And we will be here every step of the way. No one fights alone while we are here." The first stars appeared in the sky as night fell over Elindar. Fire still smoldered, but hope burned brighter. The humans had shown the Valorans a new way to fight, a new way to survive, and a new way to hope. Somewhere beyond the stars, other civilizations began to notice the transmissions from Elindar. The sun rose again over Elindar, casting a pale light on the damaged city. The machines were still active on the outskirts, but their attacks had slowed since the humans disrupted the main network core. Captain Ethan Cole surveyed the horizon, his eyes sharp. The city was not yet safe, and the swarm was still dangerous, but for the first time, hope felt real. Aaron Blake checked his rifle and nodded. "They are regrouping. We cannot let them gather strength again." Cole agreed. "Today, we finish this. We push them back entirely and give Elindar a chance to rebuild without fear." Dr. Laura Green walked beside them, carrying her scanning device. "The network is mostly down, but there are still smaller nodes hidden underground. If we can destroy those, the swarm will lose all coordination." Lyria approached, her antennae trembling slightly. "How do you expect to find them? The city is vast and the machines are everywhere." Cole looked at her calmly. "We follow the patterns. Every machine leaves a trail. We track them to the nodes, and we strike fast. That is how we win." The humans and Valorans split into teams. Aaron led one group through the northern districts, clearing out small clusters of machines and securing civilians. Cole and Dr. Green led another team toward the central sectors, where scans showed multiple hidden network nodes. The Valorans followed closely, learning every move from the humans. The northern team moved quickly, using the ruins for cover. Aaron pointed to a machine emerging from the shadows. "There," he whispered. With a flick of his hand, the team opened fire, taking it down in seconds. The Valorans watched in awe. The humans' efficiency was unmatched. Meanwhile, Cole and Dr. Green navigated through narrow streets and collapsed buildings. The machines reacted to their presence, sending squads to intercept them. Cole signaled the Valorans to spread out and flank. Energy blasts filled the air, metal clanged, and sparks flew as the team fought with precision. Dr. Green pointed at a cracked building foundation. "The first node is beneath here. It is heavily shielded, but I can disable the protections if we act fast. Cole nodded. Cover me while I plant the charges. Aaron's team is nearby. They will support us if needed. The team set the charges carefully, timing them to detonate simultaneously. The machines were closing in, sensing the humans' activity. Cole fired to hold them off while Dr. Green adjusted the final settings. Ready, Dr. Green whispered. Cole gave a small nod. Do it. The charges exploded, sending a shockwave through the building. The node sparked and sizzled before collapsing, and the machines nearby froze, confused and uncoordinated. Cole and his team moved back quickly, avoiding falling debris and remaining attacks. Aaron's team arrived just in time to cover the retreat. Node destroyed, Aaron reported. We can push them back from here. The humans coordinated with the Valoran soldiers to drive the machines further from the city center. Every movement was precise, every attack calculated. The machines fought desperately, but without coordination they were vulnerable. Cole and Dr. Green moved to the next target, finding a network node hidden under the remains of a collapsed tower. The machines had formed defensive positions around it, their bodies clanking against the rubble as they prepared to attack. We need a distraction, Cole said. Aaron, can your team draw them out? Aaron nodded. Consider it done. His squad moved quickly, firing in coordinated bursts to lure the machines away from the node. Sparks and debris flew as the machines responded, giving Cole and Dr. Green the opening they needed. The humans worked swiftly, planting charges and disabling shields. Dr. Green's hands moved with careful precision, guided by knowledge and determination. Cole kept watch, firing when necessary to hold back the swarm. Finally, the charges detonated, sending another wave of energy across the node. The machines nearby twitched and froze, their coordination failing entirely. The humans and Valorans moved forward, destroying the remaining threats in the area. Cole checked the scanners. 2 nodes down. Only one remains. Dr. Green frowned. The last one is deep underground, near the main generator. It will be heavily defended. Cole looked at the horizon where the swarm had gathered for one final push. Then we prepare. This is it. We finish this fight. The team moved carefully toward the main generator area, where the last node pulsed with energy. The machines sensed their approach and formed a defensive wall. Aaron's squad took the left flank while Cole led the main assault. Dr. Green monitored the node, preparing to disable its shield. The battle was intense. Machines attacked from every direction, metal limbs swinging and energy pulses firing. The humans fought with determination, their movements coordinated and precise. The Valorans followed, inspired by the humans' courage and skill. Aaron shouted commands directing the Valorans to cover weak points while the humans pushed forward. Each machine destroyed made room for the next step, but the swarm fought harder, as if sensing the importance of the node. Cole crouched behind a broken wall, firing bursts from his pulse rifle. Dr. Green, now! Dr. Green activated the final device. Energy arcs surrounded the node as its shields collapsed. The machines nearby faltered, their coordination failing completely. Cole and Aaron led the charge, moving through the confusion to destroy the remaining threats. The explosion of the node sent a shockwave through the area. Machines clattered to the ground, sparks flying from broken circuits. The humans and Valorans moved quickly, eliminating any remaining enemies. The swarm was defeated. Elendar was safe. The team stood amidst the ruins, breathing heavily but victorious. Cole looked around at the Valorans, the civilians, and his own team. It is over, he said. The swarm is defeated. Elendar can rebuild. Aaron wiped sweat from his forehead. We did it. We really did it. Dr. Green checked the scans. The network is completely destroyed. They cannot regroup. The city is free. Ilven approached the humans, his expression a mixture of relief and awe. You have done the impossible, he said. Your people have saved Elendar when the galaxy would not. You are not just warriors, you are heroes. Cole shook his head. We did not do this for glory. We did it because it was right. Your people fought alongside us, and that is why we succeeded. Elendar is alive because you did not give up. Lyria stepped forward, her eyes shining. You are extraordinary. We have never seen anyone fight like you do. You are more than legends. Cole smiled faintly. We are not legends. We are humans. We fight because we must, and we help because we can. That is all. The survivors began to emerge from their shelters, their faces filled with wonder and gratitude. Children ran through the streets, pointing at the humans and shouting their names. Adults nodded respectfully, offering thanks for the courage and protection they had received. Aaron walked through the streets, checking for any remaining threats. The city is safe now, he said. They can begin to rebuild. Dr. Green helped civilians clear debris and provided medical aid. The humans were not just soldiers. They were protectors, teachers, and guides. The Valorans observed and learned, inspired by the humans' actions and resilience. Cole looked at the city and then at his team. This is what we do. We fight. We protect. We survive. And we do not leave anyone behind. Ylvan stood beside him, nodding slowly. Your people have changed the fate of Elendar. You have shown us that courage and determination can overcome even the greatest threats. The galaxy must take note. As the sun set, the city glimmered with renewed hope. Fires still burned in some areas, but the survivors were safe, and the humans had taught them how to protect themselves. Elendar had survived the impossible, and it was stronger because of it. Aaron and Cole walked through the streets together, observing the humans and Valorans working side by side. They are learning from us, Aaron said. They will be stronger next time. Cole nodded. And that is exactly what we wanted. Elendar will not just survive, they will thrive. Dr. Green joined them, holding a small alien child who had been injured during the fight. They are learning courage, hope, and trust, she said softly. That is just as important as defeating the swarm. The humans continued to organize patrols, strengthen defenses, and help the Valorans rebuild. The city was still in ruins, but it was alive with activity, determination, and hope. Somewhere beyond the stars, other civilizations were watching. They saw a small blue world, Earth, intervene in a distant conflict and save a species that the galaxy had ignored. They saw courage, skill, and determination that no one had expected. The name of Earth, the Deathworlders, spread across the stars, carrying with it a message that survival, courage, and cooperation could overcome even the greatest threats. Elendar would never forget the humans who had arrived when all others had turned away. They were not just warriors, they were symbols of hope. And as night fell over the city, the humans prepared for whatever might come next. They had fought the impossible and won. Elendar was alive, and the galaxy would remember the Deathworlders of Earth. The morning sun rose over Elendar, casting light on a city that was beginning to heal. The battle with the machine swarm was over, and the streets were filled with the quiet buzz of rebuilding. Humans and Valorans worked side by side, repairing walls, clearing rubble, and restoring vital systems. For the first time in weeks, Elendar's people could breathe without fear. Captain Ethan Cole walked among the teams, observing their progress. Soldiers carried heavy debris, while children helped with small tasks, learning from the humans' example. Cole noticed how the Valorans had gained confidence, moving with steadier steps and sharper focus. They are stronger than before, he said to Aaron Blake. They are learning more than I expected, Aaron nodded. They survived the swarm, and now they are learning to protect themselves. They will be ready if anything comes again. Dr. Laura Green examined the remains of the machines, studying the technology for future understanding. We have much to learn from these machines, she said. If other civilizations ever encounter them, Elendar can share this knowledge and be ready. Ylvan, the Valoran commander, approached the humans with a smile. His pale blue skin glimmered in the sunlight. Your people have changed our world, he said. Not just by fighting the swarm, but by teaching us courage, hope, and resilience. Elendar owes you a debt we cannot repay. Cole shook his head. We did not come for reward. We came because someone had to answer the call for help. We only did what anyone should do. Lyria, who had been assisting with the rebuild, approached Dr. Green. You are remarkable, she said softly. You did not just fight. You healed, taught, and inspired. How can one species do so much? Dr. Green smiled gently. We do what we must. Survival is not enough. We help others survive too. That is how we grow stronger. Aaron walked past them, checking defensive positions. The swarm is gone for now, but this city will need protection for a long time. We can set up early warning systems and train your soldiers to respond faster. The humans began teaching the Valorans new strategies and technologies. They explained how to coordinate attacks, use energy shields more efficiently, and anticipate threats before they appeared. Valorans watched carefully, absorbing every instruction. Slowly, they began practicing, copying the humans' movements and methods. Children peeked from behind walls, imitating the humans in small ways, their play a reflection of the lessons they had witnessed. Civilians helped repair damaged homes, inspired by the humans' courage and determination. Elindar was alive again, and the people were learning that survival was possible even after unimaginable destruction. Cole met with Aaron and Dr. Green near the central plaza, where a temporary command hub had been established. We have done all we can for now, Cole said. The city is in your hands. Teach them, guide them, and make sure they never forget what happened here. Dr. Green nodded. We have given them tools and knowledge. They can defend themselves, but they will also remember that help can come from unexpected places. Aaron added, we have shown them that they are not alone. They can fight and they can survive. That is the most important lesson. Ilvan joined them, looking out over the city. You have given us more than victory. You have given us hope. You have reminded us that even the smallest species can make a difference when courage and determination guide them. Cole smiled. Your people fought alongside us. Without you, Elindar would not have survived. This was a joint effort. Remember that strength comes from unity. In the following days, the humans helped the Valorans establish permanent defenses. Watchtowers were rebuilt, sensor networks installed, and emergency protocols taught. The people of Elindar trained alongside the humans, learning to move with confidence, to act quickly, and to trust in their own strength. Dr. Green spent time in the laboratories, sharing her knowledge of alien technology and biology. Valorans watched in fascination as she explained principles of energy manipulation, environmental analysis, and machine behavior. They absorbed every lesson, understanding that knowledge was as valuable as weapons in keeping their world safe. Aaron conducted drills with the soldiers, teaching them strategies for defense and survival. He showed them how to work in teams, anticipate enemy movement, and protect civilians during attacks. Each drill improved the soldiers' confidence and skills. Cole coordinated with Ilvan to plan the city's long-term defense. They discussed patrol routes, sensor coverage, and emergency response strategies. The humans' experience from their own harsh world gave them insights the Valorans had never considered. As the days passed, the people of Elindar began to recover emotionally as well. Survivors shared their stories, and children laughed as they rebuilt playgrounds from the rubble. The humans moved among them, offering encouragement and guidance. Hope spread like sunlight through the city, warming hearts that had grown cold from fear. One evening, as the sun set, Cole and Aaron walked along a rebuilt street, watching the people go about their lives. It is amazing how quickly they adapt, Aaron said. In just a few weeks, they are learning to survive and defend themselves. Cole nodded. They have courage. They only needed guidance. That is why we are here, to show them that even in the darkest times, help can come and hope can survive. Dr. Green joined them, holding a small alien child who had been injured during the battle but now smiled brightly. They are learning more than we are teaching, she said. They are learning trust, resilience, and courage. That is just as important as anything else. The people of Elindar gathered in the central plaza that evening. Ilvan addressed them, speaking with pride and gratitude. Today we celebrate not just survival but unity. We have faced the impossible and lived, and we have learned that help can come from unexpected places. Let us remember those who came to our aid, the humans from Earth. The crowd cheered, and children waved small flags painted in colors representing both Elindar and Earth. Captain Cole, Aaron, and Dr. Green stood together, acknowledging the cheers with humble nods. They had not come for recognition, but the Valorans' gratitude touched them deeply. Cole spoke quietly to Aaron. This is what we fight for. Not glory, not titles, but for people who cannot fight alone. This is why we came. Aaron nodded. They will not forget us. They will carry this strength forward, And maybe the galaxy will too. Over the next weeks, humans helped the Valorans establish alliances with nearby systems. Messages were sent to other civilizations, explaining the swarm, the technology, and the courage of Alindar's defenders. The humans' actions spread a new reputation for Earth. The Deathworlders were not only survivors but protectors of those in need. Dr. Green compiled her findings from the battle and shared them with the Valoran scientists. This knowledge will allow you to defend not just Alindar but other worlds as well, and it will ensure that no species has to face such threats alone in the future. Aaron trained a permanent unit of Valoran soldiers, teaching them advanced combat tactics. "Remember everything we showed you," he said. "Trust yourselves, trust each other, and you will survive anything." Cole prepared the humans for their return to Earth. "Our job here is done," he said. "Alindar is free, their people are safe, and their defenses are strong. We leave them with knowledge, strength, and hope." Before leaving, Ilven approached the humans. "You have changed Alindar forever," he said. "Your courage and skill have given us life, hope, and strength. We will never forget you, and the galaxy will hear of your deeds." Cole nodded. "We did what anyone should do. Remember what we taught you. Protect each other, trust in your strength, and never forget that help can come when it is needed most." The humans boarded their ships, waving to the people of Alindar one last time. Children ran alongside the streets, waving and shouting. Soldiers saluted. Adults bowed in respect. The humans' presence had left a permanent mark on the hearts of the Valoran people. As the ships lifted off, Cole looked down at the city. "This is what it means to be human," he said. "We fight, we protect, and we leave others stronger than we found them." Aaron smiled. "And Alindar will carry that forward. They will survive and they will thrive," Dr. Green added, "and maybe one day they will help others the way we helped them. That is the true legacy." The ships disappeared into the sky, leaving Alindar behind, but not empty of hope. The Valorans had learned courage, resilience, and unity. They had seen that even when the galaxy ignored their cries, someone would answer. Months later, Alindar stood rebuilt, stronger than before. Children played in streets lined with repaired buildings. Soldiers trained under the guidance of humans' teachings. Scientists explored new technologies inspired by the knowledge left behind. Alindar was no longer just a minor world in the galaxy. It was a symbol of survival and determination. Across the stars, other civilizations began to hear the story of Earth's Deathworlders. They learned that when others turned away, humans answered. They learned that courage, skill, and compassion could change the course of worlds. And they learned that legends of humanity were not myths, they were reality. And somewhere among the stars, new distress signals began to echo across the void. Civilizations in trouble sent messages into the dark. Some would be answered by humans. Some would be answered by others inspired by their actions. But all would remember the story of Alindar,